Alright, in this video I'm going to fix a leaky outdoor faucet. I got a socket set, some wrenches, and obviously I have a faucet that leaks when I turn it on, and I'll show you where it's leaking from. It doesn't drip constantly when it's turned off, but you can see when I turn the water on, it starts leaking from around the stem. So there's a nut on the end, and obviously the water's passing past the nut, down the stem, and then it's leaking beside the house, which isn't that big of a deal. In fact, if you turn it all the way on, it does stop leaking. So there's a bit of a sweet spot, and that sweet spot is all the way on. So like I said, all the way on, it doesn't leak, but as soon as you start backing it off, it starts dripping. And that's obviously not what you want. So water is getting through the valve and then penetrating past the stem and leaking. So for this, I actually don't even have to turn off the water. I just remove the handle and I use the socket set for that. And once the handle's out of the way, I can take the adjustable wrench and remove the packing nut. Now the packing nut wasn't on very tight, so I don't really think I needed both wrenches. But obviously if it was really hard to remove, you'd want to use both wrenches so that you don't twist your plumbing inside of your house. And inside the packing nut, there's a crush washer, kind of like you'd see when you're doing an oil change in your car. Then there's a beveled rubber O-ring inside of the packing nut. And there's actually no packing inside of the valve. And what I do is I actually get packing for the valve. And that's really the thing that's going to fix the problem. The thing that I couldn't find anywhere is a new crush washer. I didn't see those available at any plumbing store, but it's probably just a regular washer. But I did end up finding a beveled washer kit, and none of them really fit that well, so I just ended up using the old washer anyway. But I did get a bag of this graphite packing rope, and this does the job. So really just pack it into the faucet around the stem, and there was no packing in there before, so really I'm just going clockwise around the stem. And I do have some Gaskin O-ring lubricant, so I throw that in there as well onto the old beveled washer. And then obviously I'll take that crush washer and put it on top. And I do come back and remove a little bit of that packing. It's a little bit more than you'd want, because what happens when you turn on the water, the packing will get compressed inside that packing nut. It won't actually allow you to turn your tap on all the way. So like I said, I do come back, remove the packing nut, remove a little bit of that graphite packing, and then rebuild it. And even on the bag for the packing, it says to fill the cavity only about halfway, whereas I probably went all the way on my first go around with this. But anyway, the packing does a good job, so I'll put the packing nut back on, make sure it's snug but not crazy tight, and then put the handle on. Same deal, make sure that it's snug but not crazy tight. Obviously you want to get these things off in the future, and there's no reason to go crazy with it. So I'll turn the water on into a few different positions, and as you can see, there's no leaks, and I've used it for a few days now, and I've actually filled the pool and there is no leaks. But like I said, I do come back, take the handle off, packing it off, remove a little bit of the packing so I could open the valve a little further, and that's it. So the packing did a great job, no issues whatsoever, and all the leaks were solved in what could be less than 5 minutes. Anyway, thanks for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.